Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tracking Tropics on the 29th of July 2025. I'm here to give you an update on the tropics around the world and tracking some tropical cyclones. So, nothing to worry about in the Atlantic Ocean today again. A silent picture in the basin, the NHC hasn't designated anything here, so nothing is expected in the next 7 days from this basin. We are, however, tracking quite a few tropical cyclones elsewhere in the world. So let's start off with a pretty rare scene in the Central Pacific Ocean where two tropical cyclones and one area of interest is active at the same time. And it's rare enough to see tropical cyclones forming here, and having this amount of system active at the same time is in fact very rare. So we have Iona, which is rapidly intensifying into its hurricane in the past 24 hours. Tropical storm Keli that formed yesterday. This one could ended up being absorbed by Iona, and 9AE has a 60% chance of development in the next 2 and 7 days. So 3 possible tropical cyclones to be active together at the same time, and this is in fact very uncommon. So let's start with the Hurricane Iona, a very powerful hurricane, outperforming the original expectation of it. With the help of the Dovart technique estimate, we currently believe that Iona is already a major Category 3 hurricane with winds of 120 miles per hour. We believe the NHC is lagging behind with their estimate because the intensification of the system is really outperforming everyone's forecast, and hence why they're still estimating it to be 85 miles per hour, but it's definitely higher than that. Pressure is around 970 millibars, and that is likely to be lower in reality because of, again, how strong the system is. Located at 10.8 degrees north, 152.6 degrees west, moving westward at 30 miles per hour at this moment. And here's what we're expecting from Iona in the next couple of days. By tomorrow, it could reach Category 4 status with winds up to 130 miles per hour. After that, it will begin weakening, mainly due to a rising wind shear ahead of it. By Thursday, it will lose major hurricane status, and after that, it will track westward and continuously weaken as it does that. And here's what it looks like right now: a very strong structure around the center, small and clear eye indicating it's in fact a powerful tropical cyclone, and actually a very small system, which is the push factor for its rapid intensification in the past 24 hours. Great outerfall, especially to the left-hand side of the storm. Convection around the centers, thick and compact cloud tops temperature surrounding the eye, down to negative 70 to negative 80, which is an indication of a powerful convection. And just look at the eye structure, which is beginning to fully clear out. You can see clear skies beginning to form inside the eye. And here is Tropical Storm Keli, which is a much weaker storm in comparison, only 40 miles per hour winds. Also a tiny system, even smaller than Iona. It's struggling because of Iona becoming a much stronger storm, and in the fact that it is situated nearby is limiting the chance of Keli to intensify due to the poor condition created by Iona. Some convection flowing up here and there, no signs of significant intensification. Sea surface temperature looking decent for tropical cyclones. Iona expected to remain in a region with 28 degrees of sea surface temperature for the next week, in fact, and pretty much the same for 98E and Keli, also at 28 degrees in the near future. Wind shear wise, not the best graph in the world, but you can just see Iona still remain that sweet spot of 5 to 10 knots of wind shear, but wind shear is beginning to climb upwards soon as Iona enters the red zone towards the left hand side, which is going to cause its weakening trend. The situation will be the opposite for 98E, which is going to move into an area where the wind shear is going to go down as low as 5 knots, in fact, which is going to help it to develop. As for Keli, because of Iona's outer flow, the wind shear is going to rise by quite a lot, expecting up to 25 knots by Thursday before it will be absorbed by Iona. This is the Eastern Pacific Ocean. We have Invest 99E, which is now has a high chance of development as per the NHC. 70% chance for 2 days and 90% chance for 7 days. So we are pretty certain that there will be a tropical cyclone forming in that area. And the conditions are actually looking quite decent, moderate to low wind shear, pretty warm sea surface temperature, and a lot of humidity. Still a large and messy system, and it will take some time to organize itself before significant intensification could happen. This is the GFS forecast on the eastern and central Pacific. As you can see, Iona and Keli expected to combine into one system very soon. Iona actually began to weaken later on Wednesday and continue to move westward. 98E probably becoming a weak tropical storm momentarily, but it will be a short-lived one as it will weaken pretty soon after that. Moving towards the northwest, 98E also going to become a tropical storm, move towards the northwest, not going to affect land in this forecast. And another system forming next week that could become a hurricane, followed by another one forming off the coast of Central America, perhaps impacting Mexico's coastline. But that's a long-range prediction with lots of uncertainties, obviously. So, Western Pacific Ocean, less active than what it was. We still have Keli, which is still active in that region. Had a much longer lifespan than expected, heading out towards eastern China now, and Krosa, still there near Ogasawa, not a typhoon anymore, a mid-range tropical storm at this moment. So Keli now with winds of 40 miles per hour, borderline tropical storm, pressure of 994 millibars, 28.1 degrees north, 124.1 degrees east, northwest at 70 kilometers per hour. It will strengthen by a little bit before making landfall around Shanghai, a big city, needs to be cautious about its storm. And here's Keli right now, still quite structured, some convection developing, most of them being concentrated towards the northern side of the system, and bringing some heavy rainfall, certainly gusty winds as well to the eastern coast of China as those strong clouds begin to move in. This is Krosa actually looking quite good in the last couple of frames. You can see it's attempting to wrap in an eye again, and looks like it could succeed at that. Much smaller system comparing to what it was a couple of days ago, still has decent outflow. Most meteorological agencies expecting it to become a typhoon again, in fact, perhaps a borderline Cat 1 typhoon by this weekend, and unfortunately it might impact southeastern coast of Japan. So this is the European model forecast on the Western Pacific. Keli there, intensifying to a probably high-range tropical storm, then it will make landfall around the area of Shanghai. Krosa there, intensifying to a typhoon again, expecting it to go really, really close to Japan, particularly to the region of Kanto and Tohoku, approaching big cities like Tokyo, perhaps bringing some strong tropical storm force wind or even hurricane force wind there. And after that, well, it's going to be a quiet Western Pacific for a while, and, well, it is good. In fact, after such an active couple of weeks, maybe it's time to take a break for this basin. Otherwise, this is Tropics Update today, and we will see you on the next one soon. Peace out.